Alright, what's going on, everyone? So today's video is much awaited. We're going to be going over the flash technology FH306 and PC-312. This might be a two-part video. I don't know. It depends on how fast we can get through it. But anyway, as you guys can see, there are two flash sheds up here. They're not the same. In fact, this is the reason why this video took so long. So we have an FH306 right here. You can see the flash plate assembly right there. And right here, have a new beacon. This is a Flash Technology FH308. This is an all L865 beacon. That means it flashes at 40 flashes a minute in both night and day mode. And it's an all white beacon, whereas this one's red. The reason why I waited so long is because I was actually wanting to do a comparison between the two, since they really look the same, and honestly the only way you can tell the difference is at night. So we're going to go over the insides. So as you can see, they look quite a bit different, but in terms of reality, they're not really too much different, other than just the red filter assembly that goes over in front of the flash tube. As you can see, here's the FH306. There is the drive motor assembly, which drives the actuator arm itself. There's a magnet right here, which pulls that, and then it moves up and moves the filter assembly up. When it's not in use, the magnet will disengage and it'll just fall onto this rubber stop right there, which prevents it from hitting the flash plate assembly too hard and breaking or causing damage. There's also a couple of switches. There's one right here, and then there's one at the very bottom right there. You can kind of see it. And that, I believe that changes the mode, so whenever this falls, it'll change the mode from night to day, I believe. I don't know for sure. I do know this is the kill switch for the drive motor, which kills the power. That way it won't keep extending up with the flash tube or the filter assembly. Other than that, there's really not much difference. The other biggest difference is this purple wire right here, which is actually what drives or what supplies voltage to the drive motor. It's 120 volts. This is just grounded out right there, or not grounded out. It's just not connected to anything. Other than that, they're really the same. They even use the same 6 wires that all the other systems really use. You have 2 conductors of 10 gauge, and then the rest are, I believe, either 16 or 14 gauge wire. I believe 14. They are also held in the same way into the casing itself. They have 3 screws. There's one right there, one right there, and then the other one's right there next to the shield. And the other one on the other side, this one, there's a screw there, one there, and one right there. So other than that, they are really the same. In fact, you can actually interchange these out. So if I wanted to put the FH306 assembly into the FH308, I can do so. The flash tubes themselves are a little bit different too. As you can see, there's the 306 and there's the 308 tube. The biggest difference is obviously the shape, and the other thing is it has these heat sinks on the wires going from the cathode and anode. The reason is because at night mode, this has a longer arc duration than the 308. That's why it doesn't have the heat sinks. Also, the assembly has like a little chimney, and there's a piece of glass right up here that's supposed to keep dust and stuff from going out into the flash tube, whereas this really doesn't have that. You can actually use the flash tube. You can interchange flash tubes, which I'm not, because they're both crap flash tubes. In fact, this is worse than the 306. You can see it's broken right there. The ceramic is also broken too. The coupling transformer and the trigger transformer are really the same on both. They're mounted the exact same as well, just reversed, because the beacons themselves are reversed right now. But yeah, other than that, they use the same Fresnel, basically the same everything for both of them. So the only thing different is the serial number, or the serial plate, and the beacon type number. That's it, really. I mean, they're the same thing, really. Same size, same everything, just different internals. Other than that, that's it, really, for the comparison. Now let's get to the operation, where we're going to come over here and take a look at the PC-312. Now this is the power converter. This is what takes 120 volts or 240, depending on what system you have. I believe you have to reconfigure the transformer on the side. You can run on whatever voltage you need. So let's go ahead and start from the bottom and work our way up. So your photocell is supposed to connect to points 1 and 2. Interslave, or interconnect for your slave/masters. White alarm for day. red alarm for night. There's your input power terminal block right there, and I believe that's for factory testing right there, terminal block 6, TB6. There's the red light cube and the actuator assembly fuse, which is this fuse right here. This fuse actually gave me quite a bit of trouble when I first got this beacon because the actuator wasn't moving and I didn't know that it had or needed a fuse right here. But that little fuse right there gave me a lot of trouble. So we'll get that back in there. I believe it's in. No, it's not. Oh, come on. Flip it around. There we go. And that fuse is for the red light module itself, which this has a side marker light mounted already. That is a Huey and Phillips OB21. Now I know what you guys are thinking, why didn't you put it with a Huey and Phillips system? Well, I didn't feel like trying to wire it up, versus this is very easy to wire. Point there, there, and your ground, and you're done. Your interlock, which I have power off for it now, but I'll go ahead and leave it on. TB2 is for your beacon flash head cable, where you're connected to. You have all your capacitors. I believe these are either 40 or 70 microfarad capacitors, and then a 1 microfarad night capacitor. Looking on in the insides, you can see that's the cube for the side marker light. This is also the connection points for the side marker light. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to look where I'm pointing before I'm looking at the camera. Power transformer right there. You can see there's a load tuning capacitor right there. High voltage rectifier board. Burst choke. Resistor. Current sense. Mode selecting relays are down there somewhere. Let's see if I can focus it in. It's down there somewhere. Coupling transformer. And here's the timing and trigger board. Take a close look at it. You see all the diodes and connectors and all that stuff. I'm going to have to figure out if, where is it? Right there. I'd like to see if that's where I connect the photocell to, because if it is, I'd like to connect that and use a photocell with it. That way I don't have to keep taking the cover off to change it. You can see all the status LEDs right there. Now this is for markers. Now if you're not using any markers, you flip all the switches to off. For me, I'm having 1, so I'm going to click that one on, which means that I have 2, so the alarm's going to come on anyway. But that's for if I have 2 bulbs, and if one goes out, the alarm comes on, which the alarm's going to come on anyway since I only have 1 bulb. Test points, which we'll get into those in a few minutes. And that's really it. So let's go ahead, flip the switch on, and give power. Alright, there we are. Here's the insides of this unit. This was a completely rebuild complete rebuild flash plate assembly. Everything's new, even the flash tube. Not sure if that's showing up well on camera or not. There you guys go. That's day mode. We're going to flip this switch to night mode. There's night mode. My phone does not like night mode. You can see right now it does not like that. Alright. You see we got night markers. Now the alarm's going to come on here in a few seconds or a few minutes. The side light is lit up. Yep, the alarm just kicked on. So I'm going to flip it back in, but I'm going to point the camera at that relay because you can see it. So here we go. There you go. Very simple. So we're going to kill the power and push my interlock in. Now, that factory test point that I was showing you earlier, I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So if you take any old jumper, which I have one right here, you connect it to test, I gotta connect it just right. There we go. If you connect it to night, which is this point right there, make sure it's not touching the metal. Pull your interlock, flip power, and check this out. That's actually how I'm going to run the FH308. Since I don't have a PC-310, or at least until I get one. Yeah, my phone likes that a little bit better, at least. I'll close it for now. Now, personally, this is how I like my beacons to look. I like when they do the short bursts like that for some reason. I don't know. That's just my personal preference. But if you have an FH308 and a PC-312, you can make your 308 flash like a 310 or like a 308 would. So we'll kill the power, flip the switch, wait for my high voltage to bleed off, which it doesn't take pretty long for this one here. But so yeah, there's your look at a FH306 and a comparison between a FH306 and 308, and a look at a PC-312. Like I said, there's not much more to these beacons. I mean, I can find some more stuff to go over if you guys want more in-depth videos on these things. So yeah, there you guys go. Just as a heads up, I do have a new LED beacon. There it is right there. It's an Orga L450. It's an all-LED fixture. If you guys want, I can do a video on that one next. Or like I said, I can pull up the logbooks, the manuals over here, and actually go through these and find stuff to talk about. So if that's what you guys want, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.